I can hear the audience. The audience is here. Isn't it good to see me? Just kidding, I'm not doing Wicked. I'm actually doing Legally Blonde in Italian. Doing a musical in Italy to learn Italian. Hi, I'm Bailey. I'm an American woman living in Italy, which I used to say American girl, but now I'm almost 30 years old, so it seems like I should probably transition into saying woman. Love that for me. But I moved here about 3 years ago, and I've been like super lonely, super inside, and I've been wanting to do some extracurriculars outside of the house. One day when I was walking my dog outside, we walked by a basement with the window open, and I could hear a group of people singing Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and I was like,
wait a minute!
I have to audition. Turns out that there was a theater school in my neighborhood, and I was like, yes, please. And you have to understand, like when I signed up for this, I did not need or want a part. I don't speak Italian well. I can't deliver lines the way an Italian would. So I was perfectly content being like just a chorus member without any lines. But in the end, they gave me the role of Margot. Margot is a kooky, crazy blonde, and she actually opens the show with a solo. So I'm a star. Part 1, the story. Elle Woods is a fashion major and the president of her sorority in Malibu. She gets dumped by her boyfriend Warner for not being serious enough, and she wants to win him back, so she applies to and gets into Harvard Law.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
At school, though, she's mocked and dismissed for being too girly, too blonde, but gradually she proves herself. She earns an internship on a murder case. In the end, she graduates the top of her class and realizes she doesn't need Warner and never did. She's found her new purpose. And it started as a movie in 2001, but its success led to a Broadway musical adaptation in 2007. It's basically the same story, same empowering message, but with a lot of catchy songs and big dance numbers, and it's just a lot of fun. It is time to practice my lines, le mie battute, if you will. This scene is the sorority girls who are Elle's best friend, and we're like, OMG, her and Warner broke up, this is so sad and scary. And I have quite a lot of lines. Not a lot, but enough to make me suffer. She finds a peanut butter bar on the floor and she goes, Oddio, barrette al burro d'arachidi. Ho paura a guardare il suo lato B. Lato B, I had no idea that that was an actual like term in Italian, like backside maybe? Can't we just say ass? And then we go, ah! You know, modern feminism. And then they're like, I hate Warner. And I'm like, io lo strozzerei. And then Pilar says, io lo accoltellerei. And then Serena says, io me lo farei. And then I go, you know, feminism. We have a song. In the middle of the song, I have a line. I say, hey ragazzi, oggi iniziano le feste di primavera. And then this part of the musical is really fun. Instead of like actually truly being there, we're like a figment of Elle's imagination. And then she's like, what are you guys doing here? And then I say, Elle, siamo qui per aiutarti, ma non siamo davvero qui. Siamo nella tua testa, da. I should probably do a better job about getting rid of my American accent, but like I added duh the first time and the director was like,
I like it, keep it.
Oh, this one is kind of hard because we're insulting the girl who stole Warner from Elle. And I go, e ha un problema di sebo eccessivo ai capelli, come mia zia Maureen. This next one, it's like, tirale i capelli e insultala come si deve. Tirare i capelli e insultala.
What did he say?
My accent is so ugly. You gotta understand, everyone tells me how to say them over and over again, and I always try my best, but it keeps going in one ear and then out the other. Oh, this one is super hard. Ma guardala, sembra una suora croata. Suora croata. Ma guardala, sembra una suora croata. E sai cosa non sanno fare le suore croate? La lap dance. I wouldn't even know how to say it in Italian. Lap dance. See, I can't do it. I just keep saying it in an American way. Lap dance. Next one, really easy. I say, respira, respira. Wow, she's really good. Last line I have in this is, hai già I pompon? È tempo di scuoterli. Shake it up, okay. Shake it up, okay. You know, feminism. Part 3, the music. Hey, che ragazzo hai tu lo sposerai. Singing has been one of my favorite pastimes. I was always in choir and drama. I was a princess for a few years. And of course, here in Italy, I love to sing by myself, but singing in a group is something that fulfills me in a way that I didn't know that I was missing. In these clips, you can see on my face just how happy I am to be a part of something bigger than me, to be there, to be singing with everybody. And the songs in this musical can be really complex. It's like more of like kind of an advanced musical. Thankfully, our class is really talented, so when we sounded good, we sounded good, okay? However, singing in Italian has never been my strong suit. Yeah, I don't know if you remember all of that, but nothing's changed. I'm still struggling. My mouth just won't make the sounds that I need to make, and I also have a hard time memorizing all of the words. It's hard to memorize a bunch of new songs in English, and doing it in Italian for me is one of the most difficult things I've ever done. I want to tell you about my favorite song in this musical. It's called Gay or European.
Is he gay or European?
And it's like a joke about how American men are more masculine in general compared to European men. But obviously you can't do that in Italy because Italians are Europeans. So they changed it to, get this, gay or francese. When I saw that, I lost my shit. Like the first time I read through the script, it was so funny. There's like a lyric about how like French people don't have bidets, and there's also like a lyric about how French people wear scarves in the summer. I'll play some of it for you guys here. I have to show you guys really quick the funny twist at the end of the song.
2 years. And your first name again is?
Nikos.
And your boyfriend's name is?
Carlos. I know you say best friend. Carlos is my best friend.
You bastard!
Sei un bugiardo bastardo. Gente, ho una cosa importante da dirvi. Quest'uomo è gay, francese, è tutto.
I don't care we're gay.
Part 4, the choreography. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a pretty shit dancer. I was better when I was younger, but now I'm super out of shape, and I have an ADHD brain, and I forget dances as soon as I learn them, and my body just doesn't move like it used to, which, love that for me. Love being 30, that's great. On top of me not dancing for 10 years, we also learned everything in Italian. And getting back into musical theater after a decade would be difficult in English, but I'm doing it in Italian, so it's like level 9,000 difficulty. It's over 9,000! Not the old meme. I am 30. It took me some time to get back into the swing of things, but eventually I did, and you can see in these videos as I gained more confidence in my dancing. Some songs are really simple, and it's just like a little bit of movement, and I love those, love them to death. But others are really, really, really hard. We have one song called Ireland, and we have to do like some jumpy, hoppy steps, and it's a lot of aerobics, and then you have to sing on top of it, and by the end, everyone's like, It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. I'm so sweaty and super out of shape. However, none of that can even measure up to the song that opens Act 2. It's called Salta. I am obsessed with watching my friends jump rope. They are so good at it. It's like such an impressive feat. And frankly, they didn't have to do that. I've seen some Legally Blondes where they don't jump rope at all and they just have some like fitness type choreography.
Sing, dance, sing, dance, sing, dance.
When I watch them jump, I thank God that I'm not one of them.
Adoro Legally Blonde. No.
Part 5. Bruiser Woods. If you're not familiar with Legally Blonde, there's 2 dog characters in this musical. Elle has a little chihuahua that she brings to Harvard. Paulette, the nail technician, has a bulldog that she takes back from her toxic ex. I've been training my little dog, Miles, to bark on command, and I messaged the director like, do you have a Bruiser yet? Can my dog be Bruiser? And he was like,
I like it.
So, Miles is Bruiser.
Yay! Miles, are you excited? It's time to be Bruiser.
I taught him first to bark on command, using the word speak. Then I started teaching him how to do it with just a hand gesture. No, that looks spooky. Like, I just go like this. Bruiser, dove au? And then he barks.
Bruiser, dove au? Non ha un vestito per il fidanzamento? Oh mio Dio, è completamente fuori di testa!
He's a very smart dog. And when I bring him to rehearsal, everybody is obsessed with him. One of the last times I brought him, he got to meet his co-star, who was a much older dog.
Who's that? Is that your co-star?
And much better behaved. Miles is crazy. When he's away from me, he's crying. He's like, Mom, where are you? What's happening? And then this older chihuahua is just like, yep, another day, another dollar. Part 6, Showtime. Ready or not, showtime came. When I first saw the theater, I couldn't believe the day had finally arrived. We got there at noon to set up lights, build the set, and do our dress rehearsal. I brought Miles so he could get used to everything, like the lights, sounds, fog, and just the general chaos. The good news is that we had 8 hours to settle in and organize. And Miles got to snuggle with everyone.
Ellen Bruiser.
And I mean everyone. Then it was time for hair, makeup, and costumes. I did my own makeup, so here I'm checking it out in the lights. Next, it was time to mic up. I've never worn mics like these. They were wired and wrapped around both ears, and they weren't very comfy. Then we had our first vocal warm-up, and Miles was there to help me. We had our second vocal warm-up on stage, and that's when shit started to get really real. In the US, I never could have imagined having only one dress rehearsal before our performance with an audience, but we were doing it. With our first sound check done, we started our one and only dress rehearsal on stage. I didn't get much footage backstage because there were so many costume changes and everybody was really stressed. You can see it on my face here. It didn't help that Miles was also really overwhelmed, so I spent as much time as I could with him backstage. 8:30 rolled around and the doors officially opened to the public.
I can hear the audience. The audience is here now.
Come ti senti? Ti senti pronta? Domanda di riserva?
Oh mio Dio. Compared to the start of our dress rehearsal, spirits were up. Then we had our final sound check and the vibe was generally nervous but excited. After getting my costumes and props sorted, I felt super ready.
Come ti senti?
Agitato per voi, per noi, ma elettrizzato in realtà.
Io mi sento bella e pronta.
We circled up backstage and our director, John Liu, had a few wise words to say.
William Shakespeare. Un'ansia un po' eccessiva, quindi facciamo un bel respiro e la buttiamo fuori. Un bel suono.
There was no turning back. The show was about to start, and us Delta New Girls did the pre-stage announcements in character.
Oh mio Dio, ragazze! Stiamo per cominciare, snap! Ma prima di presentarvi Elle Woods, vogliamo ricordarvi di silenziare le vostre suonerie e di non scattare foto o video con flash.
Oh mio Dio, stasera saremo così sexy, crunchy, juicy, slay! Yeah, go Elle!
Basta così! Ora rilassatevi, godetevi lo spettacolo e non dimenticate di fare
Share yes snap!
Now, I know what you're thinking. Bailey, I want to watch the show. I have good news and I've got bad news. The bad news is that we only had one performance and that's already done. The good news is that we had it professionally recorded. The only thing is that right now we're crowdfunding for a new space because our current school only has 2 small rooms and we're literally right on top of each other. The new space is much bigger. It's like a giant warehouse, but there's no walls, no floors, no doors, no nothing. We really need to build it up from scratch. So we're asking you to make a €10 donation. If you can donate more, I would love you so much. It's actually less than the cost of a ticket to see it live. And then once you do, take a screenshot, then just shoot an email to this email address. And then management will send you the final show once it's finished being edited. So you can watch it as many times as you'd like. And you can see all of the mistakes I made, which I'm not saying it wasn't a good show. It was a really, really good show. I'm very proud of the work we did. And I think that everybody really loved it. In fact, Carlo afterwards, he was like, you lowered my expectations so much, but it was really, really good. Okay, here's a link. Please donate if you can. Say donate to our new space. Making friends in Italy as a foreigner is hard. Before I joined the school, all of my friends were other internationals living in Turin. I never had a group of my own Italian friends. I do now. I'm a firm believer in the strongest friendships being forged in the fire of collective suffering. Well, we didn't suffer. It was really fun, but it was also stressful. If we didn't get along, the show would have been impossible to do. Before I made friends with them, I didn't feel like I really quite belonged in Italy. Romantic and familial love is important, but friendship is just as important. You can't put roots down in another country without a community behind you. Because I've been having so many issues with my permesso, I haven't been able to find a job or make friends with any coworkers or anything like that, so this was my first chance to put myself out there. I'd forgotten what it feels like to be a part of something bigger than myself, how it feels to make people laugh. They were patient with my shit dancing and my bad memory, and I'll never forget that. This experience has literally turned my life around in Italy, no joke. I feel like there was before theater and then after theater, and I feel much happier now, and I can't wait for the musical next year.